All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. How are we doing on this fine Friday afternoon? 51 degrees. It was actually 58 when we woke up. It's getting colder as the day goes on. So, what we have last night, we had a bunch of games last night. Oilers beat the Bruins. It's good. Canadians beat the Blackhawks. That's bad. The Kings beat the Lightning. Good. The Wild beat the Jackets. The Capitals shut out the Maple Leafs, much to Dangle's chagrin. The Senators won again, shutting out the Penguins 4-0. The Sabres beat the Flyers 5-3. Rangers beat the Blues in overtime 2-1. Flames over the Kraken 4-2. And the Stars beat the Sharks 5-3, leaving things not too shabby for Florida. If we win our game tonight, we will technically be in third spot because we would still have a game in hand over the Bruins. Do the Bruins play today? No. Today is Hurricanes, Panthers, Canucks, Islanders, Devils, Mammoth, Jets, Avs, and Stars, Ducks. So, a little bit of an opportunity there. We have played 33 games. Everybody ahead of us has played 34 or 35. So, get the 2 points tonight, and we will be alone, technically tied for third place. Yeah, so that's good news. It's pretty much good news all the way around. But Ottawa continues to win their games too. So a little bit of competition there. Okay, so Steven, how we doing, bud? Good to see you, scientist. So Jari got injured last night and left the game halfway through. Did not see that. So what? Was it a bad injury or just? That's unbelievable. That is wild. You just sometimes it's just not meant to be. Hungry says, yeah, hilarity continues to ensue in Edmonton. Also, Erod is good to go for tonight. Chucky's almost back. We're getting there. Luosterainen playing his 400th game. My, how time flies. So Hungry, yeah, I left a comment. I left a comment on Dangle's LFR. I saw that. I saw that. So I got a kick out of that. Yeah, win tonight puts us in second place. Yep. Good stuff. Fiala ran over Cirelli, took him out of the game. Somehow it's our fault. Everyone's saying that the Panthers started the dirty play style and other teams are adapting to it. Yeah, we were the first team that ever did it. You're right. Definitely. We've revolutionized the game. Absolutely. It's never been done before. It's incredible. I love getting credit for that. Yep, it's never been done before. That makes as much sense as me saying I'm the first guy that ever did a hockey channel that did recaps. That's how much sense that makes. That's how much sense that makes. I'm the first guy that did it. It's all my fault. I'm the one that started the whole thing. Scientist says, what's up with Rantanen lately? Seems like he has anger issues now, always looking pissed, throwing tantrums and fighting. You don't recall him acting like that in Colorado? Huh. Well, you never know what somebody's got going on in their life. You know what I mean? You just never know, right? Like, if somebody just happened to watch the game 3 recap against the Rangers, they would think I was absolutely insane in reality. But what they wouldn't know was, Fluffy was on his way out during that, and I was under a tremendous amount of pressure. So you just never know what somebody's got going on behind the scenes. Hungry says, I would love to see those people react to the Avs and Red Wings from the 90s. They'd huddle in the corner crying. So Hungry says he's always been like that, just in Colorado. He was rarely in the spotlight. Huh. Hey, David, how you doing? Simon, good to see you. I'm way behind on the chat. I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna scroll to the bottom because I'm way high. I'm way. Vincent says, just wanted to say I enjoy these daily sessions with this old man. I appreciate that. You never know when I might not show up one day because Kyle had to bury me in the backyard. You never know. Anything now. Hey, Jameson. Yeah, rolling into the weekend with two big victories. That game was crazy last night, the football game. Montour got injured after a scrap with Brent Burns. I think we'd all get injured after that. Kane says, tough game tonight, no doubt. Absolutely, no doubt. He says, yeah, because the Avs Red Wings was never a thing. Tell us you're brand new to hockey without telling us. Very true. I'm not sure what's going to go on. Simon, I guess we'll just have to see how bad Jari's hurt. I did see an article come out. I guess Friedman said that Edmonton had been looking at maybe Alex Lyon before they turned to Jari. Vincent says, good to hear. We're going to have a big hoopla on that day. Yeah, sure. Why not? Have a party. It ain't going to bother me none. Ain't going to bother me. He says, amen, brother. At our age, every day above ground is a good day. That's what my dad says. My dad says, well, I woke up. We'll see what happens the rest of the day. Bolvar says, I think my brother was onto something when he said, don't drink too much chocolate milk. You'll regret it. Oh, man. Well, the sugar, right? Yeah. Jason, how much do you need to root for my Aggies on Saturday against the Canes? Oh, man. I don't think I can do that. I mean, I'm not a big college football guy, but I was a Hurricanes fan growing up. I don't know that I can be bought. That's a lie, but I don't know if anybody, I don't know if me being bought, I don't know if my price is worth it to anybody to buy me. You know what I mean? Science who says Jari injured while in a butterfly sliding post to post. Looks like his leg ended up in a weird angle, possibly hip or groin related. Oh, that's never good. That's never good. So the schedule is normal hockey today. Tomorrow we're doing the Hurricanes game at, I think, noon. I think the game is at noon tomorrow. Yeah. So we're streaming that. And then we got the Panther game, I believe, is at 6 tomorrow. Hopefully, my voice is going on me, so hopefully I'm okay. David says, last night was a wild game. How the Rams blow that lead and get back in it, then blow it again is beyond me. That whole 2-point conversion that was the backwards lateral, I mean, that was just the script writers, they outdid themselves. Bowler says, in order to buy Josh, you must first play The Price is Right. Oh, yeah, exactly, Jason. Yeah, have them watch the Flyers from back in the day. True, right? So Mike says, if we win today and tomorrow and the other three teams lose, first place. That's pretty well accurate, right? So who plays tomorrow in the division? Red Wings, Capitals, Flyers, Rangers. So the Wings play tomorrow. Bruins. Where's the Bruins? The Bruins play the Canucks. They're not going to lose to Vancouver. Who else is there? Tampa. Where's the Lightning? The Lightning play the Hurricanes tomorrow. Oh, I see. So Tampa gets the Hurricanes after the night after playing us. You're welcome, Tampa. You're welcome. Vincent. Yeah, that Leafs game absolutely broke Dangle. I I left a comment. Just watching him talk about what have I been saying, that I have empathy for him because 19 seasons and and of course I cracked a smart ass joke. But watching him reminded me of how lucky I am to not be him. It's like, well, yeah, his channel's big and it's huge and all of that's great. And like his video it was a weird feeling because his video had 30,000 views in 6 hours. And yet I was the one feeling like I was the lucky ones. Yeah, I might only get 500 views, but I got 1 cup, 2 cups. I'll take the cups. Like I would rather be getting 500 views and have the 2 cups than the 30,000 views because everybody comes to watch me cry because I never got out of the second round. Like it was kind of a surreal experience where I was watching him and I'm like, yeah, I think I'll take my life. I'll take my hockey team. No questions asked. Boulevard says last time the Leafs won a cup, his dad was a kid and something about the moon landing. Oh, that's true. David says, so if the Canes win tomorrow, then we go play the Brown Eyes. If the Canes cannot just turn it over to our defense good enough to surprise some people, we got to play them two times in the 3 games, right? The Flyers suspended their radio announcer. He emailed me a link to the audio. All right, Hungry. Let me. I got my glasses on already. Let me get to it. Hold on. Let's see. I got my headphones over here, so we'll listen to this. I can't imagine what this is. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, come on, Josh. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, it looks safe. Come on now. Okay, so this is on Twitter. All right, hold on. Let me get ready to share the page. All right, hold on. Let me get the volume set here. Share this page. Come back over here to StreamYard. Share the page. Let's see. All right, so let's hear what they had to say for themselves.
And they're playing from behind. Now they're going to take the TV timeout. We'll take it as well. 7 gone in the third. It's 3-2 Buffalo on the Philadelphia Flyers broadcast network. Pump it up, it up, it up, it up. While you're down there, would you mind blowing me?
What?
I think we're still on the air, Tim. No, we're not, are we?
And they're playing from behind. Now they're going to take the TV timeout. We'll take it as well. 7 gone in the...
What?
While you're down there, would you mind blowing me?
Wow. Oh my God. What the? I think we're still on the air, Phil. Oh my God. Oh, I got to cut that the memes, that's got a lot of meme potential though. You know what I mean? Like that's got a lot of meme potential. That's for friggin' sure. Oh, my God. JC says, just to be clear, he didn't seem to mind at all. Oh, my God. That's great. That's great. Still, yeah, the Leafs last cup was like 2 or 3 years before I was born. Exactly. Yeah, I agree, 305. If we can get 2 points out, 2 points out of 4 versus Carolina, I'd like 3. I don't know what's going on with Austin Matthews, Mike. He's got to be injured. He's got to be injured or something, right? Oh my God. That's wild. So I guess he got suspended. And here I thought the TD Garden playing Feliz Navidad during the fight was the funniest thing. Man. So whose job is that to whose job is it? Like if they go to commercial, like he obviously, walks in the commercial break and then isn't it the producer's job to mute the mics or do whatever that they're going to do because they're on commercial break? Jeez. Bolvar says Matthews had a surgical procedure out of the country last year and he hasn't been the same since. Hunger, yeah, the producer effed up. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's a shame that dude ends up getting the shit end of the stick, right? JC says, I'm going to laugh and Matthews lights it up at the Olympics, then goes dry when he's back with the Leafs. It's a Leafs problem. I don't know what they thought was going to happen when they got rid of Marner. Like they just let him go. Like how do you lose a 100-point guy and just say, yeah, we'll be fine. And like not even think about really replacing him. Hold on a second. No, okay. All right. Scientist says Tampa played LA on their second half of the back-to-back with us, and Tampa still lost. Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, so that producer, that's a shame, man. Jeez. Oh, well. Yeah, Colin, Erod's good and Bubba and Ned tonight. So then that means we'll get Tarasov tomorrow. I really feel like tomorrow is the trap game. Boy, my voice is going on me for some reason. JC says the Matthews surgical procedure was the Brazilian butt lift. He did it in Colombia, but they injected it with Fix-A-Flat. Leaf fans are completely delusional. Actually thought Marner's absence would improve the team. Yeah, I don't know how you get to that. I don't know how anybody would look at that situation and think that's what was going to happen. Craig says they meaning the Leafs media and fans drove Marner out. Sure, just don't tell them that. Don't tell Dangle that. I mean, now they want to get rid of Berube? Unbelievable. Mike says, I watched that Toronto game last night, and I'll tell you, they looked like they just did not care about hockey at all. I mean, the thing of it is that they're just not, I mean, as bad as they've played, they're not, they got 35 points. The wild card is 39. Like, they're right there if they just played well, but I just feel like they don't have the belief that they could, make it anywhere out of the playoffs. Bulvar says, are you ready for the Dolphins to trade 2 of the Cardinals? Oh, God. No, Bulvar. No. Bad. No. Was we lucky last night? Who was lucky last night, Flower? There was a lot of shit that went down last night. Berube blamed the players. Damn it, David. No. Damn it. Hold on a second. Let me text the woman here. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I got to remind her to remind me. All right. Yeah, I got to remind her to remind me. Berube playing the play. That's wild. Yeah, the Blues got a negative 36 goal differential, but you just never know, right? Dennis says, I like Martyr. Next time in Vegas, I'll make sure he knows. Everyone in the East is over 500? Everyone in the East? Well, yeah, if you don't count overtime losses, right? Or, well, the Blue Jackets are 500, but it's still pretty crazy. The Atlantic, for sure. Unbelievable. No, Kyler Murray. No. Goldsayer says, need to catch that win tonight since Tampa beat Edmonton. No, this is definitely a big test for us. All right, she's going to remind me. Absolute says, you're the next contestant on Please Win a Playoff Game for the Dolphins. Just hire me to be the coach. Oh, I see what you're saying, Flower. Leafs, Lightning, and Bruins all lost. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we'll take a night like that. Yeah, the Penguins haven't won. They certainly haven't won since they traded Jari, right? Leafs not only want Berube gone, but also Stolarz, and now they're fed up with Matthews. They peaked. I mean, at some point, they're going to have to tear that team up, down, and inside out. David says, again, the thing the Leafs are missing is championship pedigree. The Cats and Leafs have almost the same points, but the Cats look like contenders and the Leaf looks like quitters. Yeah, I mean, they kind of remind me of Ranger fans last year, or at least the Rangers in terms of how they panicked. But they did this when they just let Marner walk and just they didn't. I mean, they replaced him with a guy. You know what I mean? Simon, I don't know about a stream outside. I don't know about a stream outside with the weather that we've been having. Because usually when it warms up around here like it is today, it's very, very windy. But if we get a nice 60-degree day, I might try it. You might try it. The Canadians, they just give them time. They still are trying to figure out the goalie situation. They're a young team. They'll get it figured out. Yeah, they're also calling for Nylander's head too, right? The Leafs should have signed Perry and Kessel. They should have done something. Blair says, top post on Leafs Reddit is Dangle saying the era of the Leafs is over. I agree with him. I got a video from, I don't know, a month ago where I had some, I said they peaked. I think any of us are on the outside of Leaf fandom can see that that's when they peaked. They were up 2-0 on the Panthers. They had a 3-1 lead. They came this close to being up 3-0. They probably would have won the series at that point. And that was it. David. Oh, no, I actually texted Donna so that she would remind me to listen to the song. So I texted her about that. So she's going to remind me. She's going to remind me. Hold on, I want to check one thing here real quick. Yep. Our says maybe Toronto needs a second team. Leafs have too many fans concentrated in one area and stressing them out, right? Yeah, I'll have to check it out, David. She'll remind me. She'll remind me. Anyway, so it's good that Erod is again. He's got the same disease as Forsling. He's got transmogrifying disease. You just put him in, and a new Rodriguez comes out. I was looking at something earlier. Oh yeah, so the first place in the division are the Wings at -7. Second place in the divisions is the Canadians with a -8 goal differential. Like, then you go over to the Metro and like Hurricanes +21, Capitals +22. But the Atlantic is special this year. It's obscene. I can't remember the last time I seen the top two teams this late in the year have a negative goal differential. Hey guys. No, we haven't talked about Bussy at all. No, we've been busy consoling Steve Dangle. I would suspect, Simon, that the lines are going to be the same. Well, Kenneth says they've been trying for two teams for quite some time. About 20 years ago, they wanted a team in Hamilton. Yeah, might not be a bad idea. Might not be a bad idea. You know, what would they do at this point? Like, they'd have to blow the whole thing up at this point, you know? And, contract wise, I don't know what, if Matthews isn't the player he used to be, it could get ugly there if they're not going to play, they're not going to work hard. I mean, in the NHL, I don't care how much talent you have, you see it with Florida. If you don't work hard, it ain't gonna happen for you. And if they don't fix that, nothing's gonna happen. And the pressure, I see both sides to it, right? The fans are sick and tired of losing, and they want a winner. But I do kind of feel like the fan base gets gaslit a little bit by the media, making them out to be better than, the whole thing where they're all told that the Panthers only won because of the Colin Campbell and all of this crap. I mean, it has an effect in terms of the fans believing that maybe the Leafs were better than they really were. Scientist says, good thing it's only uphill for the Panthers from here out. After Chucky comes back, we should be getting a new player back in about 4-week intervals until the playoffs. Yeah, that's who we're trading for. For everybody who wants to trade, we're making a trade to get Chucky. Then we're going to get Nosek. I hope. We need to see what Nosek's going to look like. So do I think Tkachuk plays in the Winter Classic? Boy, it's getting tight. It's getting tight. The fact that, so what's that? 2 weeks away? Let's see, 26. That's like 2 weeks away, right? I don't know. That's really a tough question, because he hasn't really started practicing with the team in earnest just yet. You know what I mean? And what I would hope is that they don't rush him back to come back for that one specific game, especially since the ice is likely to be at. I know he wants to play, but you don't want to do anything stupid to rush back for that. And we haven't been getting really any real specific updates in terms of where he's at. I kind of felt like we would have saw him starting to practice in a non-contact jersey with the team by now if he was going to be on the ice for the Winter Classic, because it's 2 weeks away, basically, right? 2 weeks next weekend. I mean, that's correct, right? January 4th. So to the 22nd, yeah, give or take 2 weeks tomorrow, right? Or Sunday. So I don't know. Right now I wouldn't bet money on it based on the fact that he hasn't done anything that we know about, that we've been told about, that has him on the ice in any kind of competitive situation. Not so sure. What's that? Hey, thank you, Eyes. Thank you, bud. Thank you, Eyes. Much appreciated, buddy. He says, how crazy would it be if Bussy is the player to finally lead the Canes by the Panthers in the playoffs, all because they let them grab our Bussy off waiver? That would be something. That would be something. But based on history, we swept them the first time. They won a game the second time. So the third time would be a 6-game series. That I would think that's how it would go. Hungry says, according to what he said, he's been doing non-contact skating already. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. The Bolt should be sponsored by Reynolds Tinfoil. Kenneth says the Leafs are on the longest streak of playoff appearances in the league and can only hold on for yeah. I mean, that's a lot to have never gotten out of the second round. Yeah, the Lightning are starting to hate us more than the Leafs. Their fans push to Campbell and Perro stuff now. I don't like insulting people to say anything bad about their intelligence. But all I can say is to anybody that actually believes that, you really might just kind of want to get off the internet for a week or two and take a look at your life and reevaluate where you get your information from and the stuff that you let sink into your brain. If you actually really think, like it makes for a nice meme and all that happy horseshit. But if you are someone who genuinely believes that is what's going on, get help. Get help, because you've been brainwashed and gaslit into a position where basically anybody could make you believe anything that they would want you to believe, as long as it fits the narrative that nothing is your fault. I don't know how else to say that. It saddens me that there's people that if they actually really think that calls are being made under that kind of situation to help the Panthers, you need serious therapy. Vincent says training camp is 4 days now? 2 weeks away is fine. Well, I mean, if somebody's healthy, Vincent, I mean, I'm just talking about, I would think, how, you know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't pretend to know what he's doing off on the side there. That's just kind of been what I felt is it's going to be 2 weeks of practice beforehand. But then again, it's Chucky, right? You know, this, for all we know, the surgery was a failure and they had to add on and they, just sewed on a new leg and said, there you go. I mean, he's crazy. It wouldn't matter if he was still hurt or not, in my opinion. He's just going to go out there. Do the Checkers have a book on Bussy? I don't know. I don't know how many games he played. Craig says copium and jealousy. It's odd. Hockey Reddit is complaining about a relatively tame hit from Greer on a Kings player from a few days ago, more than the hit from the Kings that took Chiarelli out last night. Dennis says, I've been alive and remember 2 conference finals. Maybe Dangle is worse off than me. I've turned to the aged Leaf fan like Jaws is with the Dolphins. Yeah. Kenneth, my concern with the Dolphins is that if they do rebuild all of this and they do win, I wonder if my heart will actually still be in it. You know what I mean? Like, I watch the games. I want them to do well, but there's only so many times somebody can flick you in the nuts before you put a cup on. And I just wonder if and when the Dolphins actually are good again, if I know it's not going to be anything. I would assume I wouldn't feel anything like I did like when the Panthers won. You know what I mean? But from Dangle's POV, I can't, like I've said, I can't imagine having done the channel for 19 years and not, like, there's only so many different ways you can make the entertaining entertaining. There's only so many different ways you can scream before, like, you get to where he was last night, where he was just like, I don't believe that this is what I've done with my life. In a good way. I empathize with his position, even though I'm not in it. Like I said at the beginning, it's a juxtaposition of, he's got all of the numbers of the channel size that I'd love to have, but I got the cups. You know what I mean? So it's like, I take the cups. Thank you. It's not even a second thought for me. I would not trade spots with him. I wouldn't do it. Oh, there we go. No, we were just checking up where the hell you were. That's all. Huh? That's all. Nobody's missing nothing here. We just, you know, we just keeping an eye. I know what you're doing. Science says there will be a roster freeze starting tonight at 11:59 to last until December 28th. That makes today sort of a mini trade deadline. Gotcha. Yeah, Bussy never got to the checkers. We lost him on waivers. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think he had really played for us. Hey, Nano. Ghost, how you doing, bud? You think we've won all our games against last year's prior team? That's a good point. We have played well against the good teams. Yeah, exactly. The best trade is an LTIR from to the active roster. Exactly. Some teams interested in Ryan O'Reilly were informed this week that the Veterans Center isn't ready to entertain the idea of a trade at this time. Good. I just want my healthy Panther team. I'm fine with that. We're good with that. I don't want to have to worry about how we're going to fit his money in. Not interested. If this team is healthy, we already don't have the money for the players we have. You've heard it a million times. David says, can you imagine losing that long? We lost for 30 years. The Finns are going on 60. 70. Jeez, David, you're wrong. I mean, you're right. I wish you were wrong, but God, you're right. Holy crap. No wonder our heart's not in it, David. Hey, MJ, how you doing, bud? How you doing, MJ? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, bud. It's Happy Fridays, Jaws, coming to you from lovely San Antonio here for work. It's 65 degrees and sunny. Damn it, MJ. It is not 65 and sunny here. Love it. How about last night's Rams Seahawks game? That 2-point was crazy. I know it, brother. Headlines in a moment. Thank you, MJ. Appreciate you, bud. Mike, yeah. Oh, it's Sunswine. Oh, okay. Gotcha, Sunswine. Okay. Gotcha. I thought that was Ghost for a second. But yeah, the ads screw everything up, man. I don't know why YouTube's got to mess with us like that. In terms of Chucky, we don't know yet. The innuendo is the Winter Classic, but we shall see. You know how that goes. Now, Sportsnet writers are literally encouraging the Bolts to try to injure our guys. They're going to be pissy when we win the third one. That's for sure. Yeah, the email handle thing definitely is a pain in the ass. Yeah. The Panthers are 9-1-1 when Lundell scores a goal this season. That's a pretty good stat. I remember last year at some point there was something like crazy like that, like 10 or 11-0 when Sam Iskevich got a point. It was something like that for quite some time. Lundell, yeah, and when Lundell plays well, that's especially without Barkov. Those are the games that's important for him, right? Absolute says, I was 4 the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game. I barely knew what football was at 4. They last time they won a playoff game. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we've lost whole generations of Dolphin fans, you know? Right? Imagine being the Cubs or the Red Sox back in the day with 100 years. Oh, my gosh. All right, MJ. And Tampa already has gotten some of our players. You know, I just want that stuff to stop. I know it won't. I mean, eventually they're going to get one of our guys. Scientist says Oilers are calling up Connor Ingram from their farm team. They still don't know the severity of Jari's injury. Jeez. So I wonder if Jeff Skinner, if Stuart Skinner is somewhere having a little bit of a sly grin. JC says Leafs never in their history have they won a third round playoff game. Right. Is it worse being a Leaf fan or a Dolphin fan? Probably a Leaf fan. The Dolphins media, for the most part over the years, has been pretty realistic. I don't remember seeing the Dolphins fans being gaslit as much as the Leaf fans have been gaslit into believing that their team should definitely win a championship. And if they don't, it's a conspiracy throughout the league to cheat. Dolphin fans have always had more realistic voices, in my opinions, in terms of the media. Greg Biffle, I'm gonna have to apologize for the NASCAR, yeah. Yesterday, the guy that passed away in the plane crash. Yeah, that's rough, man. Hungry says Pens fans are having some fun offering Skinner to the Oilers for a second round. oh no, they got to give him a first. They got to get a first now, right? Oh, this is interesting. So I'll have to look at that. Yeah. Hold on a second. I got to check this one thing. That would be crazy, though. It would be. I mean, it's never going to happen, right? Never going to happen. But it like I said, it all makes for good memes. Science just says this is karma coming back to the Oilers for celebrating right in front of Skinner. That's a good one, scientist. That's a really good point. The Panthers Cup drought is at 185 days. Oh, God, how are we going to survive? God. Oh, I don't understand. They've only won the cup 25% of the time that I've been doing this channel. How will I ever? Oh God, I did feel bad for Dangle though, because he had the pillow and he's like, "That's my dead dog. This is the other dead dog. I got two of them." I'm like, "Oh geez, Steve, you're killing me, man. Don't do that. Jeez." All right, well, hey, thank you, MJ. Thank you, bud. Much appreciated, MJ. All right, what we got? Sports headlines. Rip Greg Biffle and his family. Very sad news. Annie Colombe named new Nationals GM. Houston Rockets owner might buy the Connecticut Sun. Puka Nakua's brother is arrested, and Michael King signs with the Padres. Puka Nakua is a top 5 sports name for sure. He's right up there with Storm Duck. How do you get last name Duck? I don't understand it. But I'm not making fun of the dude. But like, I've never heard of the last name Duck. And then they name him Storm. That's wild, man. He's got some hippies for parents. Thank you, MJ. Appreciate you, buddy. Do not help the Penguins. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. It's like, I don't think I'd have the private jet thing. Miami Hurricanes forward Mark Allen diagnosed with lymphoma, out for the season. Jeez, that sucks. That's awful young. David says it's tragic but not shocking. Lots of famous people lost in plane crashes. Yeah, Jim Croce, man. Bad Leroy Brown. 58. Yeah, we haven't won the cup in 185 days, 58. I think it's over. You know, we should at least be winning 2 or 3 a year. I don't know what happened. I know the injuries got to us, but damn, it's rough. It really is. I felt so bad. Dangle, the last thing he said, it was like, there's so many more games. And that line, I felt that in my gut. I felt that one, man. Honestly, I know it sounds like I'm making fun of him. I'm really not. I'm in awe of the empathy that I feel. It's weird, man. It's just weird. That could have been me. Like watching him, like that could have been me on year 19, year 20, and we just never won anything. Like, I'm so lucky. You know what I mean? Like, that easily could have been me. He says, I don't know, kind of find it hard to feel bad for the guy that constantly stokes the fires against our team. You end up a prisoner if you're not careful, Hungry, at his size. I don't have to worry about it. But when you have a channel his size, you end up becoming a prisoner to the narrative of the fan base. You help create it, for sure. But in terms of his actual fandom, and look, real life happens. I know what it's like to be like, I mean, some of the early years when Matthias was still here, like he might have just thrown a 30-minute massive fit, and I got to turn on that camera and do a recap. So I know that, you know, behind the scenes, what goes on and real life happens, and you still got, you know, turn on the camera and you got to be like, hey, how we do? You know, you still got to perform. And if at some point your team just continues to disappoint you, I probably also would have become more careless with the things that I say. You know what I mean? Like I was the first 3 or 4 years, I was a crazy man, yelling and screaming and cursing and all, yelling at the owners and the coaches and I was batshit crazy. So I can't imagine where I would have been by year 19. So when I say empathy, that's kind of what I mean. You know, like the dude's dog died, still got to do a podcast. Like I get it. Like I've been there, you know, and it doesn't matter if you're streaming to 20 people or 2,000, you still got to put on, you know, you still got to put on a good face that way. And so from that perspective, when I say empathy, that's what I mean. It's like, it could have been me, man. Kazuma says, Josh, you think the NHL adopted the European format of regulation, it would be more exciting than the playoffs? Imagine the 3 worst teams going down to the AHL and the 3 best AHL going up. Probably not. I don't think that would. I don't think there's the AHL. There's such a difference in the leagues and the skill set. I don't know enough about how they do it, but from the sounds of that, I don't know how viable that would work. NJ says, I will never fly in a private plane. Yeah, there's just some things I'd rather drive anyway. Silva says, Puka going off for me and my friend. Poor Kyle, which, by the way, I know I don't talk fantasy football, but poor Kyle is in the playoffs. He got the bye last week. His game is this week, and the Seahawks defense, -4 points. -4 points, man. And he doesn't keep a second defense either, so he had no choice. We are Marshall, yeah. Biffle was on the flight with his wife, 2 kids, 14 and 5, his longtime friend and RV driver, and the 2 pilots. God, man. Craig says the 185-day panic index, right? It's been a while. All right, MJ, appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, 58 says, never take me back to the games in hand. That was Panthers hockey from 2000. Oh, God. I can still hear Goldie's voice. There's 2 weeks left in the season. The Panthers are only 4 points out, but they do have a game in hand. So if and that and all of this and if and that, and then no. And then some years, 96 points and no, we don't get in. But get 98 points, win the cup. Go figure. Oh, Mike says, just so you know, Jaws, Biffle was known for his racing career, obviously, but also used his personal helicopter to deliver goods to people that were stranded after Hurricane Helene. That's one of the things I don't know because I don't pay attention to the news. I appreciate that. Damn. Well, that kind of sucks. What kind of karma is that? Jeez. I had an ex-girlfriend when I was a kid. Her dad died in a helicopter doing the same thing for survivors of Hurricane Andrew. They were wealthy, and he was running around. He had friends that was a pilot, and they were bringing stuff via helicopter to Homestead, and he died in a helicopter crash. That's crazy. Hungry. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that, the Sportsnet writers, but I'll have to check that out. If you want to email me that article, maybe I'll do something on it later. Oh, hold on a second. What do we got? Hey, thank you, MJ. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you. All right, world headlines. Everybody keep in mind that I don't know nothing. I voted for myself, so it's not my fault. Whatever happens, I don't care who's in office. I didn't do it. I had nothing to do with it. All right. I write in Darrell Hall. I actually did that one year. World headlines. They finally got the Brown U shooter. Kennedy Center renamed to honor Trump. Oh, for freaking hell. Okay. TikTok signs deal to form unit with American companies. Congrats, Peter Davison and Elsie Hewitt, on their birth of their first child. All right. That's pretty tame by most things. I'm sure people love that they renamed the Kennedy Center. I'm sure everybody's peaches and happy about that. No controversy whatsoever. The Brown shooter also was the one that killed the MIT professor. Gotcha. Okay. Pete Dassett being a dad now scares you? Nah, it's okay. It's all right. So I did not see the shooter stuff. I'm not going to pretend I saw it. I saw it in terms of like headline. But I just, guys, the truth of it is with the Lyme disease, I have enough. I have enough hard time keeping hockey and football in my brain. You see me freeze up on these streams is because my brain just not. I don't have the brain cells to go and read the articles and have my mind going in different directions about things like that. I'm turning into Simple Jack. Now I think about it. I'm actually watching myself turn into Simple Jack. It's something. It really is. Yeah, exactly, Silva. That's the karma that gets you into heaven, not the karma that gets you anything in this life. That's what you would hope for, right? Yeah, Roberto Clemente died in a plane crash on his way to Nicaragua to help with aid. What is the deal with that? That's wild. Yeah, thanks, Hungry. The guy shot up Brown University, then shot a professor, then himself, obviously targeted in his mind at least. Got you. Oh, the Panthers are making the playoffs, Simon. All we got to do is just keep playing the way we have. How many points? What do we get to? I think we're going to get about the same as we were last year. 98, maybe to 100, somewhere in there. Pete Davidson was on SNL for a few years. Yeah, I stopped watching that. So the Kennedy Center is now the Donald Trump Kennedy Center. No, come on. But I guess they kept the Kennedy because of RFK. I don't know. That's wild. What are we gonna call it? The Gulf of Trump soon too? Since there's so many things that people get all wild up about that in the end it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So many things. Yeah, that's why you try to end the headlines with something happy. I appreciate that, MJ. No, it's good. It gives me some idea. I don't watch this stuff, so I guess it's better for me to stay in touch with the reality of the world a little bit, right? It was a 48-year-old Portuguese national. Well, geez, that's interesting. You don't hear a lot about Portugal. That's what they called it, MJ. Oh, my gosh. And RFK, more layoffs at the CDC and FDA. I'm all about that. It's, especially the FDA. It's just a bought and paid for organization. The shit that they recommend and they don't approve. All you need to know, I'm not going to get on my soapbox, but all you need to know is that the procedure to save my life from Lyme disease is not FDA approved. We'll just put it that way. It's the medical system. Once you have something that you actually have to go get care for, and you see how it works, you can't unsee it. Yeah, you can't trust that stuff either, MJ. Yeah, once you see it, you can't unsee it. There's just no common sense to the all the way down to when I first got here in Maryland. I was having a skin condition. I didn't know it was from the Lyme at the time, but I went to the dermatologist that's in town, and I was making good money then. Didn't have no problems. And so I said, hey, I want to make an appointment to get this stuff on my neck looked at. What insurance do you have? So, well, I don't have insurance. I'm going to pay cash. We can't take you. What do you mean? Sorry, we can't take you. You don't have insurance. So yeah, but I I got all the money I can need. I can. How much is it going to cost? I'll give you cash. No, we don't. We don't take cash. We only will see you if we can bill your insurance. I'm like, bro, what? What? Like you can't. You're a doctor, right? Like what the hell's going on? They would have taken me if I had state insurance. If I was poor and on the state insurance, they would have taken me. But because I had cash, not good enough. It was crazy. Never experienced anything like that before. JC says, I feel the same way. Once you see Jaws naked, it can't be unseen. Is Donna sending you pictures again, JC? I've been hearing her camera go off at weird times. You know, what's she doing? Simon, who's my favorite actor or actress on Saturday Night Live? Oh, I haven't watched it in so long. Simon, I don't know. I don't know the movie actors and actresses anymore. I don't know who's this person, and I'm not complaining. But the name of the guy that's supposed to perform at the Winter Classic? Did anybody see that yesterday? It's nobody I ever heard of, but I stopped listening to music 20 years ago. MJ, yeah, I had no idea that existed with the not taking cash. JC, yeah, my dad's in the middle of suing the VA. Zoom, I gotta assume it's just insurance at this point, you know. Farley and Schneider, yeah, Farley was pretty good. Yeah, Eddie, Dan, Farley was pretty good. Will Ferrell was pretty damn good. I like Eddie Murphy, but I don't think he was the best he was on Saturday Night Live. I think Farrell was pretty good too. I mean, the freaking cowbell scene, you know what I mean? Mike says legally the hospital can't turn you down paying for cash. Yeah, the hospital, no. But like a regular, you know, freestanding doctor. Oh, yeah, Dana Carvey, chopping broccoli. Absolutely. Phil Hartman was good too. Yeah. Yeah, the hospital, but what will happen, Mike, is a lot of times, even if you have cash, the hospital will attempt to get you Medicaid first, and then if you get turned down for the Medicaid because you make too much money, then they'll bill you. But the difference in what they bill you for is crazy. Here we go, David. Yeah, Down by the River. Oh my God, Debbie Downer. Yeah, the Down by the River. That's honestly, that's my life. That's what I always threaten. When things get to a certain point, I'm like, I've got the van, I've paid off that van, and I've kept it because that's my threat. Is that if it ever gets too much, I'll be in the van down by the river. For my dad, it's under the bridge. He just wants to go under like Oliver Inlet or Sebastian Inlet. You know, yeah, some of the impressions were pretty good too. Yeah, Belushi was good. Tina Fey did a series. I think they brought Tina Fey back for something there too. Yeah, Spade and Farley were fun. It's a shame that they all, you know, there's so many of them die. This really is. You know. But we'll be okay. All right, everybody. I got to roll because I got to go do the grocery shopping because I got to eat. Donna already ate, apparently, so I don't have to worry about that. Oh, what do we got? Silva's got a trade alert. The Buffalo Sabres have traded Rasmus Dahlin in the first-round pick to the Panthers in exchange for Ekblad, Sabrango, and roughly 500 live palm trees. They're going to have a hard – when are they going to plant the trees, though? They can't flip. They can't. They can't have palm trees in Buffalo. I caught you, Silva. You almost had me. But palm trees won't live in Buffalo. Now you're getting better, but palm trees won't live in Buffalo. So there you go. There you go. Oh yeah, Norm Macdonald. Yes, so many of them have passed. Right? It's just wild how that works out. So many of them have passed on. Yeah, so almost Mayor Rudolph's Kamala was pretty good. Yeah, it almost sounded right, Silva, but the palm trees, you lost it there. All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Thank you all for all the super chats. Much, much love. Appreciation. The members stream starts at 6:15 tonight. And we got a regular stream tonight at 7. And then at noon tomorrow, apparently Kyle and I are doing the Hurricanes game. All right, back at you, MJ. Appreciate you, buddy. So tomorrow is a long day. We're starting the Hurricanes game at noon, and I know it's a college football game, so that's gonna last like 11 hours. But then the Panthers play at 6, so tomorrow's a long day. So hopefully no overtime tonight. We got to get big, fat, juicy 2 points. All right, so I'll see you guys on November stream at 6:15. We'll see you tonight at 7. Enjoy the rest of your day. Much appreciation. And don't believe anything that Silva tells you about trades. Mike says they have hybrid palm trees that can live up north now. Do they come with the flying cockroaches, though? They're not real palm trees if they don't come with the flying cockroaches. And I'll leave you with that thought.